You're listening to Weekdays with Josh and Cole.
Is he like comparable to Andrew Luck? Everybody says he's the most sure thing quarterback to ever come into the NFL draft next to John Elway, Dan Marino. The last quarterback to people to really add those kind of expectations to was Andrew Luck and RG3. Obviously, RG3 fell down the other side of the hole, but Andrew Luck, before he retired, he was probably on his way to a Super Bowl. Is Joe Burrow at that level?
I think so, man. Well, even if he isn't, the hype definitely is. I think he's the most hyped quarterback coming out. I think he's equally proportionally with the hype as Andrew Luck coming out because of the storybook season and the Ohio kid going home to Ohio. I think that the hype is there, and I think the talent. Yeah, I can't argue with the talent. For me, being a quarterback, half of evaluating quarterback talent in college is how good you are in big games. And there was a lot of big games for Joe Burrow this past season. He performed in all of them.
I agree with that. I think one of the things that is a little bit interesting to me with, I guess it differs from what you guys are saying, is that with an Andrew Luck or an RG3 type player, they were solid 3 or 4 years in college and played, like you said, Tanner, played the teams that mattered, even though Andrew Luck was at Stanford, so it's not the type of same SEC teams that you're going to be seeing if you're a Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow had an absolutely standout season, I understand that, but at Ohio State, let's be honest, he really wasn't much of anything. He didn't get the opportunity. Now, I'm not saying he wasn't a bad player, but he did not have the opportunity. So for me, that'll be interesting to watch because he was not a solidified starter for 3+ years at the college level. So that's going to be interesting for me to watch, especially going to a team like the Bengals who really, really need help in all honesty, all facets of their team. There are going to be holes and gaps in really every part of their team. So to me, that's going to be something to watch. And it's going to be interesting to see how he matures throughout the season as that goes along.
Mm-hmm. I hear you. All right, Josh, you are now on the clock as the Washington Redskins.
Well, this one's pretty easy for me. I don't need to take too much time on there, so I'm going to put my pick in. And, I mean, to be honest, how could I not go with the second best player on the board right now, and that's going to be Chase Young.
Yeah.
Look, the Redskins need help on their D-line. Obviously, Chase Young brings virtually everything you can want in an edge pass rusher. To me, obviously, types of people that he could be comparable with are a young Von Miller or a younger Bradley Chubb if Bradley Chubb is healthy. I think of other people that he reminds me of in Jadeveon Clowney even a little bit. I mean, the dude is a freak. He is a freak athlete. He's fast. I read a couple things. His worst trait, I guess you could say, I'm actually seeing things right now on his draft profile. Red flags, none. They literally don't have any true red flags for him. His worst trait, they said his pad level. He tends to get a little high as an edge rusher. You want to get around, and you want to be able to kind of keep your pad level low. Other than that, man, I mean, this dude is going to have an immediate impact on the Washington Redskins, and it's going to be a great pick for them.
I can't disagree there. Really, the first two picks here to me are kind of locked in, concrete. The biggest shock to me would be, if anything, is if the draft goes other than Joe Burrow, Chase Young. Do we think there's a chance that the Redskins are open to trading down if the price is right and we could see a team jump up there and get this pass rusher?
They're going to need a lot for them to want to trade down because they need a lot of help pretty immediately. Obviously, we don't know what the future really holds for Dwayne Haskins if they really truly want to keep him as their starter. Obviously, they have a new head coach in Ron Rivera, so that's going to be interesting. And Ron Rivera in himself is a defensive head coach. He's a defensive-minded head coach. I do not see him going anywhere else but with Chase Young.
And if Washington wants to have any chance at a player like Chase Young or even Isaiah Simmons, the only team you can even trade with would be Detroit, which is the third pick, and it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, I mean, why would you want to trade down one pick, to be honest? I mean, how is that going to help you?
Picks.
Yeah, right. Who are we? The Chicago Bears? We're talking to the 49ers? Wouldn't that help anybody? Never.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. Cole, you are drafting now at the number 3 spot as the Detroit Lions.
All right. Now, this pick is really interesting, too, because the obvious pick is a defensive back for the Detroit Lions. Fix much-needed holes on the other side of the football. But Detroit does that every single year. Now, fun pick would be go for a quarterback like Tua Tagovailoa. Now, I'm not going to do that, though, because Detroit, they're totally bought into one more year with their guys. I really think they feel they're on to something. I know it's Detroit. They're probably not anyway, and I think they're going to make a stupid move, even though it looks like the right move, and they're going to pick the best named football player in this draft, Jeffrey Okudah from Ohio State.
That's a good pick in my book, honestly. I don't really see much that could go wrong with that. I mean, it's always kind of up in the air a little bit when you draft a cornerback like that because you don't know how much of an impact they're actually going to make right then and there on their rookie season. But I mean, the dude's a freak athlete.
Yeah, he's the best cornerback, and it's really one of those years where you got for cornerbacks at least, not just DBs in general. Okudah, the next two guys, Henderson, Diggs, maybe Johnson, whoever your preference there. Yeah. But really, Okudah is the clear-cut number one corner you want here, and he's a player you can build around for sure. Okay, I am drafting as the New York Giants at 4. I am the Giants who just got Blake Martinez and James Bradbury. I lost Marcus Golden, Antoine Bethea, Alec Ogletree, and Mike Remmers. The last one is the most notable. See, I think, there's still a gem out there that I think would be a great addition to 32 teams. And I'm drafting for them. And I'm not a gentleman. I'm not dumb right now. So I think I'm going to forego the stigma that I've seen, and I'm going to get this top-tier defender off the board right now. At number 4, I am drafting. Will you work for me this time? There we go. Isaiah Simmons, linebacker / defensive weapon. Shut up now.
That guy is a beast, man. I watched him at Clemson the past couple of years. I mean, seriously. Now, me just being biased, obviously, I would have loved to see him drop a little bit and maybe make it to the Broncos if the Broncos could trade up. I understand they don't necessarily need a guy like him right now. We have much bigger holes to fill. But that dude is so much fun to watch. The passion that he's going to bring to the defensive side of whatever team he goes to is going to, in and of itself, on top of his play, his rookie season, bring a major impact to whatever team he goes to.
And name 3 players on the New York Giants defense. Go.
I don't think I can.
You can do it all, right?
I really don't think I can.
So I think the popular pick here is an offensive tackle to protect your young quarterback. But to me, I think Isaiah Simmons is a generational talent on the defensive side. And
absolutely
up there.
Totally.
All right. Josh.
Go Dolphins.
Pick of 3.
Yeah, with the Dolphins, it's a little interesting. Obviously, they need a quarterback, and I'm looking right now, as of late, a lot of rumors going around, which really intrigued me, like literally 4 hours ago, about the Giants interviewing and being very interested in Justin Herbert. However, 5 hours ago, a lot of rumors going around that Justin Herbert could be in the Miami Dolphins' plans. So to me, it's either him or Tua, okay? And if you go for Tua, that's a little bit more of a risk. But at the same time, I have not been impressed with how Justin Herbert has handled himself this offseason at all, with him trying to get to the NFL. The question that stood out to me the most was, he was asked if he belongs in the NFL, and he literally responded, well, I've never played a game in the NFL, so I'm not sure if I truly fit yet. And as someone trying to prove his resume, that's not the time to sell yourself short at all. So he is the more healthy quarterback right now. However, I have heard reports that Tua is going to be ready by training camp if training camp happens this year. But I think it's the Miami Dolphins. They haven't necessarily made a lot of right decisions as of late. I'm going to take Justin Herbert in this draft from Oregon because I think he is a more, in quotation, solid quarterback choice. So we're going to go with Justin Herbert on this.
That would be massive if that actually happened. If Miami took total left field, that would probably be the shock of the draft.
Well, yes. That also, not only that one pick, the fallout from that, you know what I mean? Now Now, especially for us, you know what I mean? Especially for us, because now look what the decision Cole has to make here as a Chargers at 6.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, and actually this is really interesting now. So the Chargers, with the 6th pick in the first round, the Chargers, they franchise tagged Hunter Henry, tight end, amazing. We all know who he is. We got names down. They also are bringing in Brian Bulaga, offensive tackle. I probably butchered that last name, by the way.
No, you got it, Bulaga.
Oh, really? All right, cool.
Yeah.
$30 million for 3 years. He will sign. And that is the perfect front to bring in a rookie quarterback, obviously. It's the perfect scenario. They're obviously going to let Tyrod Taylor do his thing for this year, probably let the ship sink, if you will, with him as quarterback. But when it's time to bring everything back up, Josh, I got to take him, man. Tua, I got to take Tua.
I agree.
Quarterback from Alabama. He's the best quarterback available at the spot. Looking at other quarterbacks, Jordan Love, Jalen Hurts, Jake Fromm, those are all 2nd round, 3rd round guys. And unless the Chargers are willing to trade down late in the 1st to get more picks, which I just don't see even happening, because why would they anyway? Tua's got to be your only option at that spot.
Yeah,
I agree with you. Can you imagine how fun that AFC West division will be with Drew Lock, Patrick Mahomes, and Tua Tagovailoa? And then you got the Raiders with Carr and Mariota kind of doing their thing.
Look, and guys, honestly, Carr is not a bad quarterback. I understand he's had a fall off. I get it. You don't last that long in the league, especially in a league like this where it's always instant gratification. Carr can handle his job. He will be able to, bless you, he will be able to run an offense. No, you're fine. He'll be able to run an offense well under what is this, the 3rd or 4th season now with Gruden at the helm. I think they're going to start really clicking. And let's be honest, last year was a complete fiasco with AB just running off rampant, okay? They did, unfortunately, I think that was a mistake by Gruden, build their offense around AB. I don't think you can have a wide receiver as your saving grace. So once he took off, that kind of threw a wrench in their plans. I really think the Las Vegas Raiders are going to be a fun team to watch this season, not only because they moved, but because they will be an improved team.
Mm-hmm. I can agree there. All right, so I'm on the board as the Carolina Panthers, right? And I know that it's not a glaring position of need, but the best player available that is not an offensive tackle, I think I'm not a fan of reaching for right here. And the fact that there hasn't really been an offensive tackle leave the board yet is preposterous to me. I think at 7, the Carolina Panthers grab, in my opinion, and I think maybe their opinion, the best offensive tackle, Mekhi Becton.
Yeah.
I think the combine really helped him out. That, what was it, 5'1", 440 at he's 360 something.
I was going to say 355 plus.
Yeah, so I think that you can really do a lot with him. I mean, you just got Teddy Bridgewater, and you want to protect McCaffrey. So I think you want to contribute to you want to highlight your best players. You know what I mean?
Really.
And grabbing Mekhi Becton, an offensive tackle that can pass pro and get some jump off the line and get down the field and block some people, is going to be the best option here.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think, especially with Teddy Bridgewater, who, although he has started games now, hasn't really had to take on a full season in 3+ years now, okay? You got to protect him, get him confidence early on. Now, having Christian McCaffrey as your security blanket, that's the biggest comfort you can have as a new quarterback to a new team, not a new quarterback in the league. So I think if you solidify up that line a little bit, as well as have Christian McCaffrey as your scapegoat, that's going to be fine. He'll be fine with that. Just got to beef up the line a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Arizona Cardinals. Josh, you have a shiny new wide receiver over there.
Yeah, I think we're set at wide receiver. This is what intrigues me the most, and I know you guys probably know about this. This is where the Broncos are seriously considering trading up to, okay? I know we're not playing trading games right now. What I've heard multiple times now is the Broncos want to go to 8 or 10. Now, to get 8, they're going to have to sell a little bit, and I understand that. But if the Cardinals do not make that trade, which is fine, I think they're going to go offensive tackle as well. I think they're going to go with Tristan Wirfs, who I believe is the next best guy there. And that's actually according to Jeff Legwold as well. Mm-hmm. This dude's a solid offensive lineman. He's 3